For so long in my life, I always acted like a supporting character. I always acted like a by the way. I always acted like I am just being grateful because I exist, or I'm living, or I always apologize for everything because I didn't want to hurt anyone. So my energy was just put on what other people think, or what other people kind of would say about me, how I look, how I talk, how I do everything. And let me tell you something, that all shifted when I started being the main character in my life, because I said enough is enough. If I can't be the main character of this life I'm living because it's my own life, then who else is going to be the main character? Anyway, if you're someone who has also experienced that, or someone who has felt that kind of thing, then this video is for you. But today's video is a little bit different because I am using sunset light to record this video, but I wanted to make sure that this video comes out and you can see it. And do not forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get started. Being the main character in your life is just centering your energy towards your own self, like centering that energy to be within your own self, and doing things that cultivate you and things that don't make you feel shame in anything that you're doing in life or in what you're trying to do. So the first step in being the main character in your life is literally start listening to your own words and setting boundaries. Let me tell you something, when you start setting boundaries in your life, that is when you're going to see the people that truly love you and truly understand you stay. The moment you start setting boundaries, the people that get annoyed with you setting those boundaries are the ones that were happy when you didn't have none. Okay, if you want to set your boundaries, you have to be comfortable with saying no to things that don't serve you, no to people that don't serve you. Okay, let's do this together. Let's say this, practice this with me. Say, I am serious. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Start by saying no to things that don't serve you. Set your boundaries. If you set your boundaries, I am telling you, so many things are going to shift in your life. Like the people that thought that they can walk over you will find a barrier in your life that they can't even go through, because you've set your boundary. Stay true to your words and start listening to your own words, because let me tell you something, your own words are the magic to anything. Be comfortable with knowing, who you are as a person. Be comfortable with knowing who you are. You have to make sure that you know who you are. Know your dislikes, know your likes, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the things that trigger you, things that don't trigger you. You have to be able to understand and know who you are, because if you do not know who you are, then you're living somebody else's life. Knowing who you are literally just means that I know that I have weaknesses. I know that I am not perfect in this, but anyway, I am strong at these areas in my life. When you know who you are and you know what kind of person you are, it enables you not to be someone else's supporting character. Like you look up to other people and you end up allowing them to live in your life, to dictate your life, to show you what you have to do and what you cannot do. Honestly speaking, when you know who you are, and let me tell you something, it's a journey. When you're knowing who you are, it is a journey. It's not a destination. You're always going to rediscover yourself. You're always going to find out things about yourself. But regardless of anything you find out, own it. Own it. Know your dislikes, your likes, your strengths, your weaknesses and everything, and own that shit, because it belongs to you, nobody else. You have every right to write your own book, to write your own story, to dictate how it starts and how it ends and how it should run. So the other point is, stop criticizing and judging other people. When you criticize and judge other people, you're doing that to yourself as well. So many people think, oh, I'm just judging someone else, it's got nothing to do with me. But let me tell you something, when you're judging someone else, that's the same exact way you're judging yourself. Because you're judging someone how they talk, how they smile, how they eat, or how they react to situations. Because that is how you have judged yourself, that you should react in situation a certain way, that you should smile a certain way, that you should talk a certain way, that you have to do those things. So you're criticizing yourself to an extent that you're even standing on a needle of a thought of like, if I do this, they're also going to judge me. Because let me tell you something about people who judge. People who judge and criticize, naturally, they also are afraid of being judged and criticized, because they know what it feels like to judge and criticize someone else. If you're someone who is criticizing and judging other people, you need to stop criticizing and judging other people. Rather, understand that people come from different walks of life. People are different. People will always be different. They will never ever be the same. The way you are is not how somebody else will be. One thing that I kind of understood about myself that I used to kind of struggle with was the fact that not everyone is going to do things the way I do them. I used to ask myself, why is that person not doing something like this? Why is that person not pushing themselves like this? Why does that person not do this and that all the time? And then I came to a realization that Not everyone has the same kind of resilience, discipline, consistency that you've got. People are different, but if you understand that people are different and people have gone through different walks of life, to allow them to be the way they are, then you understand why sometimes they are not like that. The other point that I want to say is that stop apologizing. Stop apologizing for things that don't need apology. There are people that I know that apologize for everything, anything, sorries, thank you. Even where a sorry is not necessary, they're saying sorry. Even where they don't need to say sorry, they're saying sorry, to the point that word sorry has lost its value, thank you has lost its value. I'm not saying that you take away your manners, but you apologize. I used to be that kind of person that used to apologize for the fact that I breathe air, that I used to apologize for the fact that I'm in a room. I used to apologize for the fact that someone has seen me, or someone, is saying hello to me. I want to apologize to keep them there, to keep them happy, not to hurt them, not to make them feel any discomfort, so they can keep me around. So I apologize for anything and everything. Let me tell you something. Do not be that kind of person that apologizes for things that are unnecessary, because you've already showed someone that you're very weak, you're not strong enough. You're still kind of like, in between discovering your own self. So apologizing and all the time saying sorry, no, it's not okay. I remember when I was like around 18, and I had a friend of mine, and she was like, you need to stop saying sorry, because all the time I was like, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm sorry, oh, sorry, oh, thank you, oh, thank you. I'm just like, why are you living like you're begging? This is your life. You are the main character in your life. You can't live your life like that. You're begging people. You're begging people to sell you. You're begging people to have you. You're begging. It shouldn't be something that you should be able to do. Like, do not be that beggar in the life that you're in. You are not a beggar in your own life. Like, your life is not for begging or pretending to beg. The other one is stop trying to be normal. Stop trying to be that kind of normal person. Because to be honest with you, there is no such thing as normal. What is normal right now, in years to come, is going to be an abomination. In years to come, is going to be something that is going to be looked at as a crime, or something that is not okay. The normal sort of things, a kind of a standard that has been set, for how we should live as human beings. But in actual sense, if you understand that people are different, people have quirks, people are not perfect, you understand that there is no such thing as being normal. Stop trying to be normal. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be this and that. Be your own self. Life in human beings, we are species, and you know what it means by being a species. It's like different kind of forms of characters, of things, of people. So your way, your character, the way you are, the way you do things, the way you move, the way you talk, is what makes a human race as being what it is. There is no such thing as being normal. Stop looking at yourself for crying or being upset and saying, why am I not normal? The question is, what is normal to you? Normal is what you've seen someone else looking the way they look, smiling the way they look, having the kind of people that they're having. But when you embrace the things that you've got, when you embrace who you are, going back to the topic of like who you are, when you embrace that, I'm telling you something, you will understand that you're thinking of you being abnormal is not really being abnormal. You're actually normal in your own way. Sometimes the issue is not you, it's because of that normal that you have to live up to. You've already set a standard of normal and that you have to live up to. So you're living your life up to the standard of that normal, that you think this should be normal, and you think, the other thing should be abnormal. So honestly speaking, you have to try as much as you can to take away the normality and just being you. The last point, if you want to be the main character in your life, is that you have to remember that no one is you, and you can never be anyone. You can try as much as you can to be someone else. You can do plastic surgery, you can change yourself, you can do whatever you want to do under the sun, but you can never be like anybody else. So you have to own up to your own self. Since you're now the main character in your life, who are the supporting characters in your life? Look at the people in your life. If they are not supporting characters to you, the main character, then it's time to cut them out, because you're the main character of your life, and if there is no supporting character around you, you need to take them out. You need to cut them out, because trust me, let me tell you this, you being the main character, you want to allow the energy around you, the people around you, to feel and be the way you are. You can't just allow people to just come in your life and just sit there and just do whatever they want to do. No, hell to the no. That's not what you want. You are the owner, the driver, the passenger to everything that is in your life. So if this has really helped, leave it down in the comments below. I can't wait to see that. But remember, you are the main character in your life, okay? So when you know who you are, So when you know who you are, you understand who you are, you're able to be the main character in your life,